What's up, everybody? Well, it's Tuesday now, but happy Monday. By the time you see this video, it'll be Tuesday. Um, Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, that scene between Ava and Esme is the scene that I've been waiting for. That's what I wanted to see on Friday, but I guess they saved it for today. Also, probably because of the preemptions that they had and stuff like that. But I'm happy it went down the way it went down. Because Ava had enough of Esme ass. Esme know exactly what to say to push Ava's buttons. Because Ava wasn't playing with her. She was like, listen, you going to march your ass down to that courthouse. Um, and Esme knew how to get to Ava by bringing up Kiki. And she brought up Kiki one too many times because she talking about, oh, your devotion to Trina. Where was all this devotion to Kiki and stuff that led to her death? Ava had enough of her shit. Ava said, bah. I see Ava got a little bit of Ike Turner in her too. God damn. Ava pimp slapped that ass. I said, I know that shit right, Ava. I'm 100% behind you. She pimp slapped the shit out of her. And Esme sitting there talking about, oh, that's all you got? Oh, so you want some more? Okay. All right, Miss Esme. Well, you know what they say, turn the other cheek, so I guess she ought to hit you in that one too. Um, so Esme sitting there talking about, oh, I'm done with you, I'm done with this family. And her little letter that she wrote to Maggie fell out of her suitcase. So Ava picked up the letter and she was like, oh, you forgot something? She said, oh, I wonder what's in here. It must be juicy. And of course, Esme need that letter back because she said a lot of incriminating things in that letter that she does not want anyone to see. So she trying to snatch it out of Ava's hand and stuff like that. Um, Try to get out to the pyramid and all that to throw it away or whatever to throw it over the pyramid. Ava said, not so fast. So Ava went out there and they struggling, they fighting or whatever, struggling over the letter. Before you know it, Esme ass went tumbling over that pyramid. All you heard was her screaming. I said, oh shit. I don't believe Esme died or nothing like that. That I don't believe. Because most people that fall over that pyramid, they end up surviving any damn way. So I definitely believe she's still alive. But Ava need to get her shit together. Ava gonna have to explain this mess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Ava gonna do it. But she gonna have to explain this to Nikolas and the PCPD. But I was happy to see that scene. I'm glad that it got physical between them because Esme, she needed that pimp slap. She needed that. You know, she needed that shit. Her getting thrown overboard, she needed that too. She looked like she was quenched for thirst. She looked like she needed a little dip in the ocean. And Ava gave her that. She said, yeah, go swim. I fucking loved it. I was here for that whole scene. But now I gotta find out how Ava gonna get out this mess. Cause you already know, like some people might misconstrue what happened as Ava throwing that girl overboard or something. You know what I'm saying? You know how people do. They gonna be like, oh, well, you threw her overboard and yada yada yada. No, it didn't go down like that. Cause you know how people gonna do. They gonna try to, make it seem like Ava did that on purpose, and it wasn't that way. So now she gotta figure out her next move. So anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of next move, Nikolas stupid ass. He's sitting here. Oh, Spencer, I got something important to tell you. Spencer was like, listen, I need to get my ass back in that courthouse. Okay, I need to get back in this courtroom, see what's going on with Trina, and I ain't got time for your mess. Because Nikolas was like, oh, you know what you did could have put you back in prison and stuff. Spencer ain't got time to think about all that right now. His only objective was trying to save Trina. He didn't care about going back to jail. He really did not. And besides, Nikolas likes to wave around that Cassadine name, so use it to get him out of this mess, I guess. Do what you gotta do. So, Spencer had to tell Nikolas about his plan. That it was his plan all along to get the goods on Esme and stuff like that. And here go Nikolas stupid self. Oh, well, I wish you would have told me all this before because it would have changed everything. Nikolas, I wouldn't give a damn if Spencer told you ahead of time, after. You are a grown man. I feel like Nikolas is trying to weasel his way out of his responsibility. Like, take ownership of your shit. You slept with that girl. You got played. don't try to put this off on Spencer. Oh, if he would have just told me what was going on, then it never would have happened. No, take control. Take ownership of your actions. You got horny. You stuck your little wee wee all up in her, and take ownership. That's what you need to do. Don't try to blame that off on him. And he's still trying to tell Spencer about him sleeping with Esme. At that point, Spencer was like, "Listen, I told you what I had to tell you. I need to get back in the courtroom. This can wait." Um, Diane should teach a master class on law because Diane was killing it during this trial. Like, especially when she put Trina on the stand. I love that she put Trina on the stand because I totally agree with Diane. Trina has to be the heroine in her own story, and I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Trina did. You know, Trina showed no fear. She said, "Listen, put me on the stand." The questions Diane was asking her was smart because remember, the ADA tried her whole motive about this, about even arresting Trina and stuff like that. Her whole motive was Trina did this because she was jealous of Jocelyn and Cameron being together because Trina had feelings for Cameron. The line of questioning Diane asked, that was smart because she pretty much asked her. She said, "Did you have feelings for Cameron?" She said no. She says, "So why did you go out of your way to protect Spencer and stuff like that? Did you have, feelings for Spencer?" She said, "Yes, at the time I did." See, I love that because that just shuts down the motive right there. Because if she didn't have feelings for Cameron and she wasn't jealous of Cameron and Josh being together, then why would she record a sex tape of them and leak it? Diane was smart as hell. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I said, "Go ahead, Diane, go off." Um, at this point, the judge better come back with a not guilty. I'm just saying, you better come back with a not guilty verdict because all that testimony pretty much shut down the DA's case. Yo, I gotta put y'all on one real quick. This strawberry lemonade right here that I got from Popeyes. This right here is blazing. Like that is just all type of goodness in that cup. And I think that's the first time I tried that from them. And that shit is so good. It would be better with a little liquor in it, but it's Monday. I'm gonna leave the liquor out this time. But that shit is good. But yeah, I'm rooting for Trina on this one. Trina got to get off. Trina got to get off on this. Like, and Diane is the one to do it. So anyway, moving on from that, I definitely feel I have to agree with Finn. I definitely feel like Elizabeth came back to work too soon, and it is so fucking good to see Elizabeth. And I never thought in a million years I'd say that because I used to not be an Elizabeth fan. I'm gonna tell you that right now throughout her shenanigans. But it's good to see Rebecca Hurst. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like y'all better start utilizing her. Plus, congratulations to Rebecca Hurst. This is her 25 years on the show. Congrats to her. And I feel like after 25 years on the show, y'all need to be using her more. Like this is the first time we've seen her in how long? Like, come on now. But I definitely agree with Finn. I think she came back to work way too soon. I think she checked herself out of Shady Brook too soon. She was not ready for all of this. And when Finn was talking to her, she kind of had this look on her face because he was talking about secrets and lies and all this mess. And she kind of had this pause, this little look on her face. And then he admitted that he loved her and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, I gotta go." Because he was like, you ain't got to say it back. But she ended up telling him, she loved him too and stuff, trying to make little dinner plans with him. But when she was walking down them steps, baby girl had a whole panic attack. Like she just looked like she was about to fall down them stairs. Like she was dropping files on the ground because she remembered, I guess, seeing Peter down those stairs. Remember when, she found Peter down there unconscious and that walking down those stairs just reminded her of all that. And she looked like she was just having an outright panic attack. I'm like, Liz, you need to talk to Kevin. Like, you are not ready to be back at work. This is all too soon for her. Like, she's not ready for all of this. You know what I'm saying? She's not ready to resume life as it once was. She's definitely not. And today proved that she wasn't. Even when she came back to work before and her and Britt got into it and stuff like that, that just proved she wasn't ready to come back. She's not ready. I don't know why she just won't listen. I think her not staying in Shady Brook and wanting to be back into her life and all that as if nothing happened, I feel like it's her way of running away from her problems. Like the root of her issues. I definitely feel like it. Because when Kevin was starting to dig deep is when she ran and decided to check herself out. She's running. That's exactly what she's doing. Instead of facing the problem, you rather run from it. You got to face it. You can run all you want, but at some point, it's gonna catch up to your ass. Liz need to get better. You got three boys. You know what I'm saying? They need you, and they need you healthy. So get yourself together. You know. Um. So TJ pretty much finally admitted to Willow why he was running those tests, because she peeked out the door after he was going to get some results and stuff like that, and she saw him with a oncologist because he needed an oncologist for a consultation, and the oncologist pretty much told him that his findings were correct. So Willow was like, okay, do I have cancer? Because I saw you talking to the oncologist and stuff, and I know what type of doctor that is. So she was like, just give it to me straight. What's wrong with me? So he told her that he believes she got leukemia. I feel like this is probably gonna be a good meaty story for her. It's gonna be new territory for her, like to find out not only are you pregnant, but you got leukemia now, and all of that is gonna affect the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was good of her not to tell Michael right away before she knew what was wrong with her, because now that she got this news, I feel like she needs to process it by herself. Find out what her options are from TJ and stuff, what they can do, how will it affect the baby, and really process this by herself before she tell Michael. Once she's processed this information, then she needs to tell Michael. You know what I'm saying? He could kick, scream, do whatever he want to do, because why you didn't tell me when you immediately found out? Because dummy, she need to process it. Because you know how Michael is. He act like a big baby sometimes. But hopefully he there just to support her and stuff like that. I know she worried about how he gonna feel and all that, but right now this is serious. This ain't about his feelings. It's about her and her, and their child, and how this affects her and the child. This ain't about Michael feelings right now. His feelings are over there. These feelings are right here. His is over there. And for right now, that's where they need to stay until she figures this thing out and she processes it. Because that's what she needs to do. She just needs to process. So anyway, Michael and Sam was talking or whatever about Aurora Media and all that, and how he gonna bounce the company back, and he was telling them about the baby, telling her about the baby and whatnot. Um, how excited he was about it, because how Michael is. He all extremely happy about this child and whatnot. Um, I mean, of course, I ain't gonna downplay it. Everybody would be excited about a new child and what, but obviously he got other things on the brain, like this thing called revenge. Because that's all Michael think about right now is revenge. That's all he got on his daggone mind. That's all he thinking about. And he feels like this time around with this new baby, things are gonna be different because Nell's not around. But I mean, once he find out what Willow got to tell him, I mean, it's gonna be a whole different challenge compared to what you dealt with Nell. Then they started talking about her relationship with Dante and stuff like that. And let me clarify this, because this is what I want to say, because I seen some people in the comments was saying something like, Sam don't have to move in and marry every guy that she dates. I totally agree with that. Oh, I'm definitely in agreement. What I was saying the other day about their relationship is it's not uncommon for people within the first year of dating, after a year of dating, to want to move in together. You know what I'm saying? That's why Dante asked her, because they're coming up on 1 year of them dating. And most people do move in together after a year of being together. So that's not uncommon. But clearly Sam wants to keep their relationship the way it is for the time being. And that's why I'm saying, like, her and Dante need to have a conversation about what their expectations are for their relationship. Because like I said before, Dante is not dating just to date. He's dating because he wants it to go somewhere. Moving in together, marriage, that's where he see things going. And if Sam doesn't see things going exactly that way, she needs to be honest and upfront with him about what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouths don't get fed, and she needs to open her mouth and tell him. So she happy about a tip that Felicia had gave her, because remember, she's still working on the Esme case, trying to find out who Esme biological parents is. And that's the conversation that pretty much that Mac and Felicia were having, because they were talking about their careers and stuff like that. And Mac was saying how he wasn't ready to step down as chief of detectives, like he wasn't ready to retire anytime soon. But he did enjoy hosting open mic night at the Hornet Star and stuff like that, because it reminded him of the Floating Rib. And she was talking about how she was helping out Sam and everybody with the PI stuff and all that. So he was basically telling her, like, take some of her caseload. And Felicia pretty much wants to get involved in the Esme case, and find out who the biological parents and stuff is, because she feels like she's not connected to anybody involved. That's until she find out who Esme's father is, or alleged father. Once she finds out Ryan is supposed to be Esme's father, it's gonna be a hot mess. It's definitely gonna draw her back into Ryan. That's where I think that this is going, because it's definitely gonna do that, and I can't wait to see her face when she find that out. Because Lord knows, I got a feeling she gonna find out. I definitely feel like Felicia gonna find out, and it's gonna horrify her to find that connection out. Oh, it's gonna horrify her. The biggest question I have is, who is this girl mother? That's the $1 billion question. And also, is Ryan really her biological father? Like, they don't really talk about DNA or nothing like that. So it's like, me, I don't believe shit until I see a test. But this is gonna be a hot mess. It's gonna be a hot mess when she find out Ryan and Esme's connection, and she trying to take over this case. It's gonna be a big old mess. I love that part where Felicia had to put those women in their place because they were fawning all over Mac and stuff like that, and she had to let them know, like, birds, move away. That's my man, move away. She had to let them know, like, get your ass away from him. He's spoken for. Back up, heifers. Back up. And I love how she told Mac about it, and Mac was laughing. Mac had a good ass chuckle about that, and I was glad he was laughing about it. Cause I'm like, Mac, you better go ahead and laugh and be happy that females, they still find you desirable and stuff. Cause I know some men, they think when they get a particular age, like, ain't nobody checking for them no more. But them women was checking for Mac, and Felicia was like, Felicia said, not over here. You better back. Felicia said, you better back your asses back, before I pull out some hair. Like, Felicia was not playing. She said, nope, get back. He's spoken for. She was ready to go to war with Mac. I know Mac was cheesing like a Cheshire cat, because he was thinking, yeah, I still got it. Yeah, I could still pull him if I was single. I ain't mad at him. Mac said, shit, I could still get him. Come on now. But he said, nah, I'm taking. I ain't gonna go that route. But anyway, this is pretty decent episode. This was funny. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.